Kat. I'm glad you found me. So I have a new pick a card reading for you today, but I decided to do things a little different today. I have a little exercise for you, so I decided to do the intro on camera instead. So this reading is about messages from your spirit guides, but it's specifically about this next chapter in your life that we will be kickstarting together. So yeah, let's get to the exercise then. So first, I want us to take a deep breath because people just don't breathe enough today. So you're gonna do one big one in and then let it out. So in and out. Perfect, thank you. So imagine that your life is a movie and you've been living in this movie, but you have also at the same time being the observer of the movie. So you have been watching this movie from the very beginning up to this specific point, and you don't know what's going to happen next because you've never seen this movie before. So yeah, so are you anything like me in this in this way? Because I have very strong opinions about any movies that I watch, especially about the main characters. Like, I get very mad if the main character does something stupid. Like, I am known to throw things at my TV sometimes little things like popcorn, but sometimes bigger things like pillows. My TV has been through a lot. But have you ever like yelled at your TV like, no, don't go in there, no, don't trust that person, what are you doing? Do you have those moments, or at least do you like think about them, like what are they thinking? Do you have those moments? Because if so, perfect. What is it then that you would tell yourself? You as a main character, what would you tell that main character to do, to get done, or start doing, or stop doing? Like, do you have a bad habit that you've been trying to quit, like maybe smoking or binge watching TV or whatever? Or I don't know, there's something wrong with my bra. it doesn't feel comfortable. Anyway, moving on. Or do you have like maybe habits that you would like to start, or maybe a project that you would like to start? Or do you have some friends that always make fun of you that you know they're probably not good for you to keep around? Or maybe you are in a toxic relationship and you've kind of woken up to that, and you know that, you know, maybe this is not the best. Or maybe, you know, it's a person somewhere that, you know, probably shouldn't be in your life. Or, you know, like anything. Like, what is it that you would tell the main character to stop doing? Like, for example, like, it would be really fucking boring to watch a movie of a person who just sleeps and eats and watches TV or scrolls their phone. Like, it would be really boring. So is there something that you would like to tell your main character? Like, what is that thing that they could do, the action that they could take that would make you go like, finally they got it, I've been waiting for this moment for so long? What is that thing? What is that thing that you desperately need them to start doing or stop doing? So some of us get that thing right away, like, okay, yeah, I know what it is. Like, obviously, like, you have known it all along. And some of you may be a little bit unsure, like, I don't know, like, that's the problem. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. It's okay. You're still in the right place. We're gonna find it out together. So, yeah. That's what I want you to think about before we get to the reading. So, if you're ready, let's get to the reading then. So here we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile number 1 with this black feather. Pile number 2 with this gray feather. And pile number 3 with this dotted feather. So when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find your timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Ready? Let's go. Hello, my beautiful pile number one. So you chose the black feather. And number 49, talisman. So the light is a little bright, but there's honestly nothing I can do about it. So I'm very sorry about that. But let's get to the reading then. So with the talisman, I see that this is a dream that you're chasing, or that you want to be chasing. More like, I feel like this has been a dream that you've had for a very long time, and I feel like you have been a little bit like studying, a little bit like researching, like how could I make this come true. I feel like this might be some sort of doesn't actually have to be, but first I got like a business, like I got a flower shop for somebody, or maybe just like any shop, like you would like to open a shop. But then for some I got like backpacking through Europe sort of dream. Like there is a huge dream that you've been wanting to do for a very long time, and you've been a little bit researching here and there, but you haven't actually like made action plans. And with the talisman, I see that you actually have already all the information that you need. I feel like you have been procrastinating with this dream by planning it forever, like indefinitely planning this dream, but you haven't actually taken action. So that is something that I see definitely for that. Let's get one of these cards then. Let's just cleanse them before we begin. So pile number one, what is it that my beautiful pile number ones might need to purge in order, oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so here we have the same problem. So I forgot to mention that I moved the camera in front again, because if the camera had been on the other side of the table, then these swans would not have looked great. So because they were like straight from above, and that just looked ugly. So I moved the camera here up front, so it's in front of me, and it's a little on the way, and I'm gonna keep dropping my cards, just so you know. I also feel like really out of breath for some reason. I don't know what this is. Like, I do have asthma, I do have it, but this is okay. Chill, deep breath. This might be you. This might be your energy, actually, now that I think of it. Ooh, are you? This is a message from my friend, because I just like recognized his energy. So hi Harry, if you're here, let me know. But yeah, okay. Anyway, but now I feel like this might be about the career thing. I feel like, okay, I honestly need to take a couple of deep breaths. Sorry about that. I got really breathy. I don't know what was happening. So anyway, I feel like you are, or you have been in a job that you're not really enjoying. And it could be that this is actually a new job for some of you, and it just wasn't what you thought it was gonna be. Or this has been a current, like an ongoing theme in your working or like career wise. Okay, so I think you have never been entirely happy at any job you've had. And this has been kind of disheartening to you, because I feel like you really want to work. You you like working, but it's just you don't understand why you keep making, I feel like you think that you're making poor decisions, like again, I chose wrong and I should have done more research, or they didn't give me all the information at the interview or something. Like I got here on false, what is the word, false promises? No, anyway, you probably get me anyway. But like, it's almost like you were like you were lied to, or this just wasn't what you thought it was gonna be. And the reason for this is, and I feel like you've been kind of like accepting the situation, okay? Like you've been accepting this situation, like, okay, so I'm just gonna be here for now and I just have to deal with it. But the reason why this keeps happening for you, okay, so this is a message from your spirit guides. The reason why you keep getting into bad jobs, or jobs that you're not entirely happy with, the reason why you can't find this perfect job is because you're not meant to. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be chasing this dream. That is your destiny, not this, not working for someone else. That's not it. So they are making you uncomfortable. Like they keep pushing you in, like they keep putting you in jobs that are not what you want, because if they were what you wanted, then you would stay in that job forever and you will never be chasing this dream because you're comfortable, like you're good here, like why would you? But if you are uncomfortable always, it will give you this drive to search for more, and that will keep you pushing forward to this dream that you have. Does that make sense to you? If you were in a comfortable situation work-wise, you would probably never chase that dream. So they need to keep you uncomfortable, so you will be chasing for more. And by then, you will be finding this. Oh, I had a card in my hand. Did I shuffle a card? Yeah, I did. I completely forgot about this card. Yeah, okay, so we have parents. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. Okay. So this kind of, this feels kind of self-explanatory to me. Like there might be some issues with your parents, and could also be a step-parent. Could also be a grandparent, or a parental figure. But I feel like there is like some problems. Like maybe, ooh, are they not accepting this dream? Do they not believe in this dream? Is that it? Because that would make sense. That would definitely make sense. And maybe that is, ooh, is that why you've been like getting into these jobs? Is it to please your parents? Because that's not right, honey. That's not right, okay? Like, no. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. No, 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 no. So, yeah, I feel like the reason why you haven't started with this dream for real is because of some pressure from the outside, like people not seeing what you see, people not believing in this dream that you have. And the reason why that is because they don't have that dream, so that's not their destiny, so they're not supposed to. Imagine if this is a really weird example, but imagine if a lot of people out here, you know, like let's take Einstein for example. Like he had these crazy ideas nobody believed in, but it was because we couldn't understand. Like we did not have his brain, his capacity to think that far and understand it. Like, we just don't have that capability. We're not able to do the math or understand the math or like any of that. Like, we just can't. It's not our destiny, but it was his destiny, and he saw it and he did it and he worked with it, you know? And also, he sucked at school. Like, he was really bad at school. Didn't he drop out at some point? Like, you know, like yeah. Like, the reason, like, if somebody else would have let me think for a minute. I'm trying to give an example that doesn't sound stupid, but my brain kind of left me. It just ran off, I feel like. But yeah, like, if people had understood, or if they had that same passion as Einstein, they would have been very supportive, right? They would have been very supportive, and I believe in you, I think you can actually do this. But that's also because they could actually do it too, because in that fantasy world, they would all have the same brain, they would all have the same ideas and passions and things. So that is why they can see the path that they are going. But because we all have different brains, different abilities, different gifts, different destinies, we can't see the path of other people's passions and how they could make it into a successful business, for example. We just can't see it because it's not our destiny. It's kind of like it's like private information for just those people who are supposed to do something with it, if that makes any sense. Like a book that is written in a language that they only can understand. That's good. Okay, finally I got a good metaphor. Yes, it is a book written in a language that only you can understand. Nobody else has no idea what it said in that book, or if it makes any sense. Only you can kind of like explain what the book is all about, but they just don't get it because it's not their language. So yeah, forget about that outside pressure kind of thing. It's not, do it quietly, do it on your own. And I actually, when I started this YouTube channel, I only told my mom and I regretted it greatly. I regretted it so bad. I mean, because my mom, oh my god, my mom can't keep her mouth shut. I mean, it was cute. Like, my mom was very supportive, like super supportive, a little bit too supportive, because I'm a private person, you know. Like, I didn't want to share my channel with a lot of people that I knew from like my life, because I share a lot of like I share a lot about myself, about my life, about my way of thinking, about like troubles that I've had, how I have been like you know, like my traumas and things. And I didn't want a lot of people who knew me in real world to understand that or like know about that, because then it could like spread around. Like, I would much rather have people that I don't know, who live in different countries, that don't know me personally, have that information than people that know me from school or something. So I got really mad because I told my mom, like, don't tell anyone, okay? Like, I want to do this on my own, I want to build it on my own, like, please let me do it. But my mom, I told her several times, like, don't do it, and she still kept like telling all of her friends, hi, if you're my mom's friend, hi, you're welcome here, but you should know the story. I told my mom, like, don't tell anyone, and I kept like finding people that
for like following me who were my mom's friends. And I always called a very angry phone call to my mom, and she was basically crying. And every time she did it again and again and again. She didn't stop, even though she apologized profusely and said she would never do it again. She did the very same thing next week. Yes, Mom, I am talking about this. I am talking about you. But yeah, it made me very angry. It made me feel very vulnerable, because the more people who knew about this thing in my town, like my people who knew me personally, the bigger the chances were that, for example, my school bullies would find out, you know? Like, that's my worst fear, actually. Like, people who have bullied me in the past would find this, because I'm sharing a lot of personal information. So don't tell anyone. That is my advice. Don't tell anyone, because then you can grow it with peace. Then you don't have a lot of people. Like, it's nice to get some advice, you know, but you can also get that later, like when you're ready to share it with people, and you're ready and you have actually something to show for. Like, okay, so I did this thing and I'm actually already making money off of it or something. Like, just, my advice to you is to do it yourself for now. That's my, well, that was fast, okay. That's my advice. We have renewal. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Yeah, definitely. You have all the information that you need to make this happen. Now you just need to start, because I feel like you have been in this very, yeah, being at the same spot, kind of like in a hamster wheel, like telling yourself that you're doing something, but you've been just planning it over and over and over, but you're not actually, now it's time to take the action for it though. I really hate that it's not, that the reflection is like that, but I'm sorry. If I close the curtains, then I don't know what will happen, because when I read tarot, I usually look out of my window, because I don't know, it's just, I sometimes glance at the cards, but I feel like the cards are mostly for you, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm mostly channeling here. So I don't know, it's part of my process to look outside the window. Oh, that cleanse stays really fast. So, my beautiful pile number ones, tell me about this thing, this path, this new chapter that we are actually kicking open. Tell me about it. Ooh. We have 9 of, oh my god. This is so funny. This is my pile. I actually did a very similar reading for myself yesterday, and I myself got these cards too. That's so funny. Yeah, so we have 9 of Earth, contentment, luxury, and independence. So with this card, I see that you will actually be very successful. This card here is kind of like I like tarot cards that tell a story. I don't like the cards that just have like 9 pentacles on it and it says 9 of Pentacles. No, I want them to tell a story. So this story, like this card tells me a story of like what is it called? Retirement. Yes, retiring and being very comfortable, like having a nice retirement. Like, you have done your work, you've worked very hard, you have made a lot of money with it, and now you can comfortably retire. Like, this is what it gives to me. And she looks very, very happy too. Like, I can actually keep showing this, because then you can actually see, so that they're not like, you know, reflecting the light. So yeah, like we also have contentment, luxury, independence. And I do feel like with the independence card, this is going to be you will be working for yourself. I totally think this is Harry's pile if he's here. Honestly, let me know if you're here. Honestly, do that, please. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. What was I saying? Like working for yourself, absolutely. And I do think that it's going to be very, very successful. But I do feel like it is going to require growing. It's going to, I mean, how should I put this? Like evolving. It requires you to evolve at certain stages. Like when you feel like things are getting, like when you're hitting a plateau, like let's say like when you're losing weight, you sometimes hit a plateau where you are not gaining weight, but you're not losing weight either. So you have to change something. You have to maybe exercise more or exercise differently, do different kind of exercise, maybe switch cardio to weightlifting or something like this, or maybe add more protein or actually add more carbs. Like there's something that you need to change in order to spark this so that it keeps evolving, keeps moving forward. So I feel like this kind of it's going to require that you have to be ready for it. You can't just, how you're going to start this thing, project, whatever, dream, it's not going to stay the same forever. Like it's going to change, it's going to evolve. You're going to have to try new things, fail at many things, and then find the things that work. So it really requires that work. We also have Knight of Earth, organized, responsible, supportive. So you really need to get organized. I feel like you have actually already made these plans. I feel like those plans are ready, but you don't have an actual action plan. Like you have this like, okay, yeah, I could do that. Like I could try that. Like maybe I could have like a place like here. Like maybe this could be somewhere I would like to, let's say, open a shop. Like maybe it could be somewhere around here, but you need to now actually start looking for that space where exactly you want this shop to be in. Like what is the address? Where can you find these open spaces where you can actually have your shop in? And I also feel like you need to start saving money, because this thing, it's going to require money. It's going to require money, and I feel like you can actually really do it in a way that you actually may already have that money, or you're close to having it, or maybe you need to start manifesting the money. But you need to start getting organized, get ready to start building it. Not just like, oh, one day. No, today. Like now I'm actually gonna start doing it because I actually want this in my life. I want to do it. I want it. This is my destiny. This is what I want to do. So let's get it. Let's start actually working for it. So what else do you have from my beautiful Pondable ones? What other, ooh, there we go. Ooh, renewal. Hey, this is another one. Yeah, 2 renewals. Reflection, self-evaluation, rebirth. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. You are, ooh, is this? I actually just like got a message that there might be, you might want to talk to, like at first I said like don't tell anybody, but I feel like you might actually want to talk to some people about it. Some people who could actually help, because I feel like there are some people who have information about something that you need. Maybe they know someone who is renting a place which would be perfect for you, or something like this. Like there is some information somebody could give you. This was just like a random message. I'm just gonna turn the cards a little bit. But yeah, you are going to be a completely different person after this, let me tell you. It's almost like I'm actually seeing this painting. It's called like, I think it was called like a life-changing decision. And it has like the background, it has like very sharp edges. It's different color like this, and then another color like that. Like there is a really sharp edge here, and between there is a woman walking from the one color to another, and it's supposed to show what making a life-changing decision feels like. It's like your whole world is changing, what that feels like. And I just saw that, and I feel like you are doing that. Like you are walking through this door that you have been admiring for a long time. There is this door in your head, and you've always loved how it looks. You've always dreamt of like walking through it, and I feel like now you're finally walking through it, and you're taking nothing with you. You're taking nothing, and you will be someone new. And I feel like you have been stuck in this space for a long time, like not really knowing what to do or who you are, not being very, you haven't been very satisfied, and I feel like you've kind of hated your job, but you have been in it out of necessity. Maybe you have needed the money, it hasn't been so great, but you know, what else can I do? And every time you try to change that, whenever you try to get another job, it's just not good either. Like you just keep hitting like walls. But this has been the reason. You have always been, you were never meant to work for anybody else. You were always meant to work for yourself. And like you were always supposed to oh cool. I just took a look at this new card. That's really sweet. You were supposed to be uncomfortable because it was never meant for you. Because if you had been comfortable where you were, you would have never left. And so this is the reason. So we have Ace of Earth. We have a lot of earth energy here. That means a lot of money. So we have abundance, opportunity, resources. This card is so beautiful. Ooh, we have another feather here. Have we had feathers anywhere else other than the wings? Wings. Yeah, okay. So it's just in wings and then this. But I feel like this is actually... Ooh, does this have anything to do with like your inner child? Like, is it something that you wished you had as a child, or something, or maybe this was a childhood dream or something? Because there's something about your inner child, or making your younger self proud. There's a feeling of that. But yeah, abundance, opportunity, resources. Yeah, this is some really good stuff. This is some really, really good stuff. And I feel like you will be doing something different. Like imagine kind of like having a flower shop, for example, like having a flower shop, and not like doing the usuals like roses and lilies and beautiful flowers, but making it goth. Like making it dark and mysterious, like selling black roses and doing all these like really dark gothic arrangements. like doing something completely different. But yeah, I feel like this is what I had for you. And it just started raining, by the way. It might be significant for you. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it just started raining. So yeah, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose the gray feather, and number 43, details, and number 18, magic stream. So I feel like I need to sit down again. I feel like you have been too focused on perfection. It's almost like you have been struggling, like trying to move against the current for absolutely no reason. And that kind of like, it's a little weird. This energy is a little weird. You're really tough to read. I'm not sure what this is all about, actually. Should I, or those, let's take these first. So my beautiful pile number 3, twos. Twos. Okay, we can't take those, way too many. But before I start shuffling, what is that my beautiful pile number 2s need to purge in order to move to their next chapter? What do they need to purge? Solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Okay. So I feel like you have been too focused on being absolutely perfect. And I want you to know that you are very, very powerful. Just as you are. And you're loved and you're beautiful and perfect. No, not perfect. But nobody is. And I don't want you to try to be something that is actually impossible for you to do. There is absolutely no way for you to be perfect. There is no way. So I need you to stop that. I kind of feel like you have been struggling with yourself. And I feel like you really want to be something else or someone else or something different. And that's just not possible for you. You've been trying very, very, very hard though, but let me tell you something. That is, to be perfectly honest with you, for absolutely nothing. You've been wasting your time. But you've been learning something on the way, so it's not a complete waste of time, but your efforts have been a little bit wasted because there's just no way that you could be someone else. And I mean that in the best possible way. It's kind of like, imagine going in a zoo and there is only one type of animal there. Like there will be only, I don't know. I haven't been to a zoo in a very long time. I'm not a fan of zoos, to be perfectly honest with you. But imagine all they had were bunnies. It's a zoo. There are nothing else but bunnies there. It's not very interesting. Only those who really, really, really love bunnies would keep going there. And there aren't very many people who only love bunnies. So it is important for us to have like different people here. And have you like noticed like a lot of people, even though they have like very different facial features or different bodies, they are still so freakishly beautiful to us. Like, it doesn't, I feel like it's all about the confidence, you know? I don't know, I'm getting lost in my own thoughts now. Let's get one of these cards then. I really want to know what this path is though. Like, where are you going? So pile number 2, spirit guides. Tell me about this journey that they, or this path that they are stepping into. What is happening? What is changing? What are they going to be doing? Oh my god, these cards are so hard to shuffle right now. Okay, there we go. We have 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Going back to school. Interesting. I feel like there's some sort of like a self-acceptance happening here. Like maybe a self-love journey in your future. A self-acceptance journey maybe. I'm sorry, I had to yawn. I think I might need another energy drink, because this is what happens to me. Like, I get really tired after readings, but at the same time I really want to do them on the same day, because I have like the setup and everything, and I want the light to be same and stuff, so I really want to do them on the same day. Let's get some tarot then, because let's just go with it. So my beautiful pile number 3s. What is this journey all about? What is happening on this journey that they are getting into? Okay, we have Wise Counselor. Belonging, learning, traditions. Yes. Okay, so you are actually... Do you have this like sense of like you don't belong or you don't fit in? Like this, all of this comes from a need to fit in. Like, you really want to find your people. You really want to feel accepted. You want to be chosen. And I feel like this is actually something that you will be starting. I also feel like maybe you have had like relationships and friendships where you've been looking for acceptance and it just hasn't worked out like that. Like, for example, in my life, I noticed this, that with my exes, I noticed that they all resembled, because I was bullied in school, you know, I was bullied in school, and I was mostly bullied by boys. The girls, yes, but the boys were more outspoken, I guess. Because girls are more like gossiping and whispering behind your back, but guys are like, hey, mama, like they'll be loud. So I was bullied a lot in school. And I noticed that my exes, like now later in life, I just realized this like a month ago, like all of my exes are the same type as my bullies in school. Like if we had been in the same school, they would have likely been one of my bullies. So it made me like realize that I was actually searching for this acceptance, I don't know, does that make any sense to you? Like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to explain, but it was also like I was just looking for this acceptance and kind of like turn it in my mind, kind of like, you know, like, because I guess deep down I really wanted to be accepted by everyone who was bullying me. So if I could make someone like them fall in love with me or something, or like the way I look or think I'm beautiful, then, you know, mission successful, I guess. So I don't know, maybe I've had this same Maybe you've noticed the same theme in your life, like maybe you've been searching for acceptance, maybe you are a people pleaser, maybe you just want people to like you and be around you, or maybe you have been willing to change yourself. Like maybe you've had like girlfriends who have been like, oh, like you should really dye your hair, like you would look really good with darker hair. But they probably were always jealous of your beautiful blonde hair. So that's why they wanted you to dye it. But I feel like there is this sort of energy here that you've been trying to change yourself for other people to... Ooh, just dropped the other card that I had. Does that make any sense to you? We then have the World. Accomplishment, celebration, completion. Okay, yeah, this makes perfect sense. Yeah, you are going on this journey of self-acceptance, self-love, loving yourself, celebrating who you are. Absolutely. So this is where you're definitely going. So for you, it's more like stopping, like cutting off everything and everyone who is not accepting who you are. Like you're kind of like becoming who you are again, like unbecoming everything that you're not. It's kind of like your character, like you as the main character, you've been it's funny because I see it. Oh, there's thunder. Did you hear that? Damn it, I never saw the wait, which one was first? No, light was first and then it was the sound, but I didn't see the flash. So, okay, so this is interesting. I might have to take the camera off the charger if it comes any closer. But yeah, we have a thunderstorm out there now. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. Yeah, it's really hard for me to explain what I'm seeing because I'm trying to see the movie that you may have been watching, like the movie of your life. I'm trying to see what that was all about, like what is the scene that is happening. And I feel like it's kind of like what is happening next. Like there is this really kind person who is always saying yes, always going with whatever whoever wants other than them, like whatever others want to do, and kind of like trying to fit in, trying to accept, like trying to damn it. Like you're it's really tough. It's really tough, guys. It's really tough for me to explain what I see. Imagine a friend group and there is this one kid who is really kind and everybody is kind of like picking on this person, but they're like really, they never get mad. They never get, maybe they get a little bit sad about it sometimes, but they're kind of like, the friends are kind of like making this kid to be the butt of the jokes, like every time, like they, like, yeah. And then finally this kid has enough, you know, like, and they stand up for themselves and they cut these people off, and the other kids are like, oh, well, what the fuck, like we did nothing, like how did this suddenly become an issue, like, you know, it's never been before. No, it was always an issue. The person just never said anything because they wanted to be friends with you, you asshole. So so I feel like that is something that is happening. Like you are standing up for yourself. You are finally becoming who you were always meant to be. I need to change the way I'm sitting again. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. You will stand up for yourself. You will stop dyeing your hair like other people wanted you to. You will dress however the fuck you want, you're gonna read whatever the fuck you want, you're gonna listen to the music that you fucking love, you're gonna do all the things that you never did because you were afraid that people wouldn't accept that. So it's kind of like I'm getting like a girl in puberty. Like I totally went very hard on it. I was an angry kid, you guys. I was super angry. So I had my emo phase. I had my emo phase, and boy, I was angry. So yeah. And there's like, this is who I am now, Mom. So, so I don't know. There's this kind of like change fueled with anger, but it makes you happy. I don't know. Let's get more cards here so I can explain it better maybe. Oh, great. Okay, fantastic. Well, we do have 2 cards. Actually, I'm not gonna take them though, because they were face down, so face down, not town. Ah, dear. Okay, and that's way too much. Pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. Tell me about this next phase in my beautiful pile number 2's life. So what you will be doing, like the action that you wanted the main character to take would be to stand up for themselves. Like that is something that I would have totally yelled at the TV. Like, come on, you can do it. Stand up for yourself. Like, be a bitch. Say no. Yeah, totally. I can see myself yelling that. Like, what are you doing? They're being cunts. Like, come on, say something. Punch that kid in the face. Like, honestly, I'm rough. I'm super fun to watch TV with. Like, I mean, oh dear God. I always have my opinions. I'm not afraid to, you know, share my opinions. They're like characters in movies. Like, it should be okay, right? It's not like I'm yelling at other people. Well, maybe I'm yelling at you now because this was a whole thing, you know. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, 10 of water. Family, love, blessings. Yes, 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 yes. You will be finding your people. You will be finding your people. Oh my dear God, yes. Fuck yeah. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. So, at the end of this journey, like when you go through this whole, like, I'm just gonna become who the fuck I am and I'm gonna be really fucking proud of it. I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot in this reading. I don't know, maybe you need to say, you know, like say fuck a little more often. Maybe you're like one of those people who's like, fudge, jinkies, bummer. No, just say fuck. I don't know. You know, if you're bothered by, because for me, swearing is really refreshing. I remember when I was watching, when I found Izo Taro. And I watched her very first video that I watched of her, and she's just like kept swearing. I was like, oh my God, this is so refreshing. And it made me feel really good. I don't know, I can't explain it, but I felt so good. And I also really love that, you know, in Outlander, Claire, she swears even though like the men are like, oh, like, how dare you speak? I've never heard a lady say that. I love that she still does it though, because that's me. That's who I am. Like, I've always sworn. I've always kept swearing. Like, even if we had a swear jar, I just kept putting the money in and kept swearing because, I don't know, like, I could stop swearing if I wanted to. I could, but that's just not who I am, because I've always been this person who is a little too loud and says things a little too bluntly and hurts people's feelings sometimes when they need to really hear something, and I'll be the one to tell that to them. And you know, like 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 people would say to my parents, like, your daughter, she's so beautiful, she's so talented, intelligent, but the mouth on her, like that has always been me. Like I just don't see a big enough reason to change. Maybe when I have children, maybe, but probably not. But still. Anyway, I don't care. Like, if there's somebody who doesn't like my readings because I swear, there are a lot of tarot readers who don't swear, and you can absolutely go find them. Because, you know, I'm not gonna stop, because I feel like it is a habit or a quality in me that is so ingrained in my personality that if I were to stop, it would make a profound change in me that I don't want, because then it's no longer me, you know, like then I would be somebody else, and I'm just not gonna even go there. Anyway, I don't know, maybe that was a message that you really needed to hear. I'm sorry, I'm really uncomfortable like sitting right now. It could be the thunder or something, but I just keep like, I'm really restless, I'm sorry. So with the Ten of Water, I see that after this journey, you will actually find your people. You will find friends who love you exactly as you are. You don't have to pretend anything you're not. You don't have to act differently. You don't have to always do what they want you to do. You can just be you, and they will love you for that. You will also find a partner who is not, because I feel like maybe you have had like partners. I know I had an ex who like, if we were going out or something, he would say like, are you really gonna wear that? And obviously I had to change, because I've been a people pleaser too. I have been here. I have been where you have been, okay? I've been there. So I don't know. And also, this was a really weird thing, but he hated when I sang. I'm an okay singer, in my opinion. I am an okay singer. And I really love to sing in cars. And he would literally be like, shut up, if I sang in the car like along a Disney song. And it always hurt my feelings. And but I always thought, maybe he's having a bad day. No, he was just being a cunt. He was just being who he was. So I don't know, I feel like you will be finding a partner like I honestly have. My partner is absolutely wonderful. He is the kindest person I have ever met, and he loves me as I am, and I love him as he is, and it's just so wonderful. And I can't wait for you to have that too, because that is the kind of love I wish everybody would have. Oh, I was so sure that I heard like a card dropping on the floor. I just realized. Oh my god. I just realized. I don't know what happened. Like I was shuffling and then I heard like a slap, like a card fall on the floor, and I was looking for it and there was nothing on the floor, but there was a card on the table. Maybe it was that, but I don't know why I didn't see it. But we have the Lovers. We have the Lovers. We have relationships, emotion, choices. Yeah, fuck yeah. What a reading. Oh my god. And let me tell you, the beginning was so difficult. I was like, I'm getting nothing from this. Like, how the hell is this gonna go? Like I was struggling. I was really struggling, but now it makes all the sense. Perfection. Chef's kiss. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I feel so good about this. The Ten of Water also for me represents like happily ever after, like kind of like reaching your rainbow, because there's that card in the Lightseers Tarot where it's like there's like a hammock and then it turns into a rainbow. So I always see that as like a reaching end of the rainbow kind of thing, like finding your pot of gold. Dear God. But yeah, you will be finding someone who loves you for who you are, and you'll be finding friends and people and blessings. And this is, honestly, this is not just a new chapter, this is a whole new book. Like, you will be starting a whole new life. Like, you will not be the same after this. You're stepping into a whole new universe. Yeah, absolutely. And you no longer, like, for me, this is really weird, but I like to shop alone. I love shopping. But I actually avoid going shopping with anybody, because I still have because being a people pleaser is so ingrained in my personality. I have gotten rid of most of it, but there is still something, like, if I'm shopping with someone and sometimes I'm like really slow, like, I might spend easily half an hour like contemplating which of these shampoos should I take, and I Google them, I go through every single chemical they have, and I compare them and compare the prices and the quantity and like everything, the smell and everything. I need time to make decisions. I want to be as slow as I possibly can, and if I'm with someone, then I don't even look at anything, because I know that if I start looking at something, then it might take me a while, and I just can't make snap decisions. I can't just take one of them and pray for the best. That's not who I am. I need my time. And it pressures me to have someone there who is like waiting to leave, and I just can't make a decision. It's best if I'm just alone, because I can't not think about the other person in there. Like, I have to, like, I don't know, it's kind of like going to IKEA with a man. Like, they just want to get out of there, and you know it, but there's so much you want to see, so many things you want to touch, and you know that they just want to fucking go. They don't want to be here. So I always feel that, and that's why I always shop alone, and I feel so happy about it. That makes me so happy. I love shopping. I can spend as much time as I can or I want, and if I want to go really quickly, then I can. Then I can also go eat wherever the fuck I want. I don't have to ask anybody else. So I don't know. It could be that you need some alone time, because no, we actually do not have hermit here. I was actually so sure that we had a hermit. I actually looked at this and I thought we had a hermit card. But yeah, I feel like you might need some alone time, actually. Like, you might need some time to just reflect. We have the magic stream. Yeah, absolutely. Reflection. You need to come to terms with who you actually are at your core. Like, who are you? What do you want? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? And I actually have a quick tip for you. I saw my own, well, it wasn't my very first, but it was one of the firsts of my, what are they called? Vision boards. I always call them treasure maps, because that's what they're called in Finnish, like a treasure map, because it's mapped to your, whatever, self-explanatory. But in English, I suppose it was a vision board. That doesn't make sense as well, but I like the treasure map better. When I make a treasure map, I like to make physical treasure maps. I'm good with my hands, and I like arts and crafts, so I print out like pictures, and most of all I print out quotes and poems of like who I want to be, what kind of things I want to, who I want to become, because my vision boards are always about like this person I want to become, the best version of me, the next level person of me, and I have a lot of quotes and poems on my vision board, and that really helps. I feel like that was the key to make my vision boards work really fucking well. Like, the best way for me to manifest is actually my vision boards, because I always make like a new vision board like once or twice a year, when I realize like, okay, so 80% of these have actually already come through, so I'm just gonna make a new one. So they work really well for me, and I think that is because of the quotes and the poems, because they make you feel things. They make you actually feel. They're kind of like music to me. Anyway, so this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the dotted feather, and then number 10, rock bottom. I'm sorry this light is coming really harshly. I'm filming this at a very different time than I normally would, but that's just how it is. There's nothing I can do, unfortunately. So yeah. Funny how all of these readings have had like a completely different theme. Like for you, I feel like the thing or the action is to stop doing something. Like for others, it may have been kind of like starting something or becoming something new, but for you it feels like, I'm sorry, that was a burp. I'm drinking Colette because I need some caffeine to get me through this reading. Yeah, it feels like for you there's something that you keep doing over and over again, and you know that it's no good for you, but you still keep doing it, and you keep expecting different results, and it's just not working. This can also be about addictions or binging, different things like that. And there is just basically what I feel here is that you can't continue in the same way that you've been going up until now. A change is absolutely really motherfucking necessary for you. Like, you can't go on like this. Something needs to change. And let's get some information then. What do my beautiful pile number 3s need to purge in order to get to this next chapter of their lives? What do they need to purge? Oh, this is the same one we got for pile number 1. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Funny how this has actually a completely different message, even though it's the very same card. For you, it's that you actually need to take charge. We have a saying in Finnish, I don't know if it's the same anywhere else, but we have a saying like taking the bull by the horns, meaning like getting on top of your shit and taking control. That is something that you need to do. Stop fucking around and start doing. I feel like for some of you, this may be about substances or other addictions. Could be, I'm actually feeling like weed might be for someone, like trouble for someone, and other things that they feel like is like supposedly harmless, but it's not good for them at this moment. This could also be binge eating or binge watching Netflix, for example, because I feel like there is like this, you might be consuming something that is not good for you in excess. Let's get one of these as well. Pile number 3. Oh, that was really fast. We have Awakening. Ow, I hit my elbow on the table. Shit, that hurts. Look at things from a different perspective. It temporarily stands still. It's important to be yourself. Yeah. Ooh, oopsie. Sorry. Are you okay? You know, like in this picture, like she's falling. She's falling. And I do feel like you have actually found the rock bottom. And I actually feel that you may have been in there for quite a while. Actually, I'm just going to take this off because it keeps clanging on the... God damn it, I can't take it off. There we go. It keeps making this annoying clanging noise when it hits the table. So, isn't it beautiful though? My grandfather made it. Super pretty, I love it. So, yeah, I feel like you have found the rock bottom. You've been spending some time there, like camping out, but it's time to get up. It's time to get the fuck up, actually. Let's get some tarot because I want to know about this next chapter then, so I know what is this action that you need to take. Tell me about the next chapter of my beautiful countable ones. Okay. Sensitive, open-hearted, intuitive. Also, what I'm getting with this page of water card is actually like being sober for some reason. Being clear-headed. Or, yeah. Yeah, that is what I feel with this card. Like, it's clear, it's fresh. Mind is clear. Heart is open. And there's no, like... Because I feel like with this, like this, all of this, I feel like there is this brain fog. And with this, like, the mind is completely clear. And, you know what you want, you know how to get it, and you're actually taking active action on it. But with this, it's kind of like you're stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I know is that I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep doing this. And here, this energy feels like, okay, we've come through it, and actually life is pretty good. And I'm just doing my best. Then we have 10 of fire, overworked, stressed, imbalanced. Yeah. And also what I feel with the... Is there like money trouble actually? Like with just one coin on the table, or is that supposed to be a chance, an opportunity? Yeah. I feel like you're coming from the 10 of fire to this page of water. Like coming from all of these duties, being so stressed, not having enough time for yourself, being completely exhausted, and coming to this, like, you know, being free and clear-headed and at peace. My brother is being so loud in the kitchen. He knows that I'm filming, but he's still... Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Calm the fuck down. I can deal with it. It's just... I'm gonna break some bones tonight. Just kidding. Maybe. Okay, so pile number 3. Oop, okay, well, Pile number 3, tell me about this action that they need to take, about this opportunity. What is it that they need to do about this situation? How can they get out? I do feel like, for some reason, I feel like this has to be like up here. Like, I'm getting that feeling. I still think that this is so funny that this same card came for pile number 2 and the message was completely different. Like for them, this card was about like being their powerful selves, and for you it's about taking charge of your life. I don't know, it's just so funny. Like, that's what I love about these like tarot and oracle cards, because they just, oh, what the fuck, no, that's a little much. They're not black and white. Okay, so we have 5 of fire, conflict, annoyance, competition. Interesting. Let's see. Actually, I want to take one more because I want to know what this is all about. Pile number 3, spirit guides. What is the action that they need to take in order to get to this next chapter? Tell me about the action that they need to take. What do they need to do? Funny how, you know, like 5 of fire usually is like there are these people like fighting each other, beating each other with sticks. And that is kind of what I see here. I feel like this came representing that. We have another card here. I just haven't looked at it yet, just so you know. But I feel like this came out to represent that for me. So it's gonna be a struggle, basically. It's gonna be a struggle. It's not gonna be easy. And I feel like you already know that, and that is what scares you. You don't know if you have the energy or the strength to go through all that. But it actually will be worth it, it seems. We have King of Fire, inspirational, charismatic, innovative. This is what you will become after the struggle. Like, life will be beating you with sticks. Not as if it already hasn't, because I feel like it has, but it's not gonna be easy. But I also feel like it's gonna give you a lot of energy. I feel like you may be fearing, like, do I even have what it takes? Do I have the energy? Maybe it would be like best to just stay here, so, because I don't know if I can do that, because I'm just so fucking tired. But I actually feel that it's gonna be hard in a different way. I'm also being, I don't know why, but it looks, oh, it was just a reflection. I don't know why, but it looked like this was, like there was a card behind this, because I've had situations where I thought I had one card, but then there was another card stuck to it, and it was like a surprise card. I don't know, that happens sometimes. But yeah, this is what you will be becoming. That is in your future. Oh, okay. We have strength, actually. I'm gonna get this card. I'm not gonna take the rest because there was a lot of them. So we have strength, courage, compassion, perseverance. Yeah. You have what it takes and you can do it. You are more than capable of doing it. It's kind of like, I got this scene in my head, like being at the rock bottom, being at the bottom of the pit. And then you thought you couldn't get any lower. And then somebody from above throws a shovel at your head. And you're like, great, fantastic. This is what I needed. And instead of digging yourself to go lower, you are using the shovel to dig stairs into the wall so you can climb yourself out. That is what I see for you. Like, you have finally had enough. I don't know, it doesn't need to have anything to do with substances. It could be, I don't want to say just depression, because there is no just about it. It's horrible. It's I've been there. I know how it is. It's terrible. And there's just no hope. But there is some power, some spark, something just sparks in you. You know that you can't go on like this. That makes you want more. Spirit guides, tell me about this action that they need to take. Is there anything specific that they could do? It could also be that you already know what that step is. But the reason why I'm not getting anything specific that you need to do is because all of you have like different steps that you need to take. But we have two cards here. We have 4 of air, meditation, recuperation, contemplation. Okay, so that was very clear. Some of you need to meditate, and that's actually not a bad advice now that I think of it. How did I not think of it myself? What the fuck? Yeah, meditation, absolutely. That is genius. That is genius. That is what you need, absolutely. Then we have Ace of Air, inspiration, communication, adjustment. I'm getting a Finnish saying. Eteenpäin sanoi mummolumesta. That's what I was trying to say. Forward, said the granny in the snow. I don't know. It's a weird translation. So we have, right, I already said that we have this. So I don't know, this kind of makes me think of that because he's kind of like, he is putting his head down, keeps moving forward, even though it's snowing. I don't know how hard it is snowing, but he keeps moving forward. It's not like she is, I don't know, there's determination about this card. You will be determined. There will be this spark in you, and I feel like you will find it through meditation or dreaming, actually. Because I remember when I was in that stage myself, I actually talked about this in my last reading, I think. I was in a really tough place, and I had this constant panic in my life. Kind of like I was always jumpy. I was always kind of like physically expecting the worst. And my mind just wouldn't get any rest, kind of, because I was always like on the edge. And I didn't even realize this until I had a dream. I had this dream where I was living in a cottage in the forest. There was something happening in the city, and I could, like, people kept coming to visit me to give me some news. There were like really bad things happening, like zombies and assassins and fires, and everybody was dying, sickness, all that, pandemics, you know, like all that good stuff. And then the last person came and said, you know what, I don't think I can come here anymore. This is my last trip. So it's best that you don't open the door for anybody after I've gone. Just don't, because the longer you stay here out of the city, the longer you will stay alive. And I was like, okay, that's great. And they left, and I locked the door, and I went on the other side of the house because I had like I had two doors, and I went to the back door, and I was gonna close it, but then I opened it, and there were these huge animals out there. This is a dream, remember? There were lions, there were wolves, there were like these big dogs and tigers and like these really strong animals, predators basically. And I was like, well, damn. And I was like, well, come on in then. And I opened the door for them, and they just jumped in and they were really happy, and they basically like came into my little cottage and went into my bed really happily under the blankets, waiting for me to come join them and cuddle them. And I was like, well, awesome. And I didn't even lock the door. I closed the door and I didn't even lock it because I was looking at all of these like really fierce animals in my house, and I was like, well, I have nothing to worry about then. And I just went to sleep and snuggled with the wolves. And then I woke up, and the panic that I had been feeling for months kind of hit me in the face, because for a moment I didn't have to worry. For a moment I was safe. And then it hit me like, I'm not safe anymore. I'm not safe. And there was no reason why I wouldn't be safe. Like, I had my apartment. There was no actual threat, but I just felt threatened all the time. I was so scared all the time. And I wasn't even worried or scared of anything specific. I was just on the edge all the time. I had this constant panic over nothing. And after that, I started painting. I started painting this huge, I had this huge canvas for a while, and I started painting this lion. And I still have the lion on, it's on top of my, maybe you saw it in the video, maybe you didn't, I'm not quite sure. No, I don't think so, at least not all of it, if anything. But it was in my last tarot reading. I think it was the second pile where I actually showed the, I don't have the time to show it right now, but if you really want to see it, you can probably find it there, because I tell the same story in that pile. You may have already seen that actually, because I'm getting the same vibes since I'm telling the same exact story. So after I had that lion done, I started feeling better. Slowly I started getting better. And after that, I actually realized that a lot of things that I paint, they manifest into my life. And that is actually one of the coolest manifestation tools that I use in my own life. I use art to manifest. I make self-portraits and I paint myself in places and things where I want to be in, or I want to be in the future, or, you know, stuff like that. So that's a cool tip. Is if you are creative at all in any way, you could write poems, write songs, make music, or draw, paint, anything, make digital art. What else is there? I don't know, make paintings out of macaroni, whatever you like. But you can try that. There's something that you can try, absolutely. It has really worked for me. Yeah. Should we get like one last card? It's so funny that the last reading always gets the most cards. I don't know what it is. Is it because I'm getting tired and I need some more cards to channel or whatever it is, but I don't know. Oh, hey, wow. Okay, so Three of Earth. Talent, recognition, collaboration, and they are actually like making some sort of, I thought they were painting something. They weren't actually painting. This is a very new deck. I just got it last week. It was a gift from my mom. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, okay, so this might be the action that you actually have to take to start doing something with your hands. You might need some, you might, but you don't have to. Get some help from other people, because it really helps to have other people, I don't know, people just sometimes help, but also sometimes don't. I don't know, whatever you like, but I don't know. I really thought that was like art, like she was painting something. She's actually not. I think she's making a window or something. But yeah. You need to start doing something with your hands, and I feel like it's something artsy. Something that you have a talent in. Ooh, Okay, this is a message that I just got. This could be a inner child thing. Try to remember what you like to do as a kid. What did you love to do? How did you spend your days? Because as kids, like, we don't have, at least we shouldn't, hopefully we didn't. If we were lucky, we didn't have any actual responsibilities other than keeping our room clean. But what was it that you really loved doing? How did you spend your days? Because all we had to do, really, if we were lucky, was to play to the things that we love to do. So I love to draw, and what else did I like to do? I don't remember right now. Also, what was your dream? What did you want to be when you grew up as a kid? Like, what was that profession that you wanted to have as a kid? Because there might be a hint there, like, I wanted to be a pop star, I wanted to be a fashion designer. And it makes me so happy to make my own clothes. Actually, that's one of my hobbies now. It's really healing for my inner child. So that might be something that you want to do. Trying to find a way to do the things that you love to do as a child. That actually makes us insanely happy. Honestly, so happy. And I just was shown a video that I just once saw. I don't know if it was staged, but I don't care. There was this guy was coming home, he had a video, and this girl was kind of like doing things in her living room. Like, she had this little like toy cashier with the, what is it called, the belt that you put your stuff on, and then it rolls to the cashier. And then she had these shelves and these things like I don't know, like things you could buy in like toy groceries basically. And the guy was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the girl was like, I'm just building my shop." And then it was a whole thing, and then I don't know, she just had all these like things that you needed to properly play the shop as a kid. And the guy was like, "How much did this all cost?" And I was like, $200. I don't know, it just made me so happy. And then all the comments were like, you know, as adults we buy all the things that we didn't have as a child but we really wanted. And that is so fucking true. I do that too, totally. I have bought so many things that I don't actually need. Like, there was this comic book called Witch, Witch, that I loved to read as a kid, and I bought the comic books. I'm missing like a few issues like here and there, but I almost have like a full collection. And I read them. I read them. They make me so happy. I don't know, they just really, it really makes my inner child really happy. Is I feel like that is something that you need to do. That is the step you need to take to get to this point where you feel, I feel like in the future you will feel so inspired. You will feel much confident in your abilities, who you are. You will feel so clear-headed. You know what you're doing, you know what you want, you know how to get there. And you're well on your way there. You're confident in yourself. You're happy. You're so happy. And it feels like there's nothing that you can't do anymore. And that is something that I really, really love for you. I don't necessarily see other people in your life. I could actually take a look at that. Oh, that was fucking fast. Oh, we also have six of fire: success, recognition, self-esteem. Exactly what I just talked about. But Can we have a message on, because I feel like their loneliness is a theme here, and all of these people, they are alone in these cards. Five of air, but it wasn't it? Mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. Yeah, this is like the current energy, and this is where we're moving into. But I want a specific answer, because I feel like that is something that interests you. Tell me about friends and love life of this new chapter in my beautiful pile number 3's life. Tell me about the friends and relationships and love life. Can we have a message about all of that? Okay. Queen of Earth, gracious, practical, capable. So I don't necessarily see a... This could be something that you're not supposed to know about. Because it almost feels like that is not the point here. That is not the point. So I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that you won't mind being alone. You're perfectly capable of being by yourself. And you love it. You love your alone time. You love your time alone. And you're not afraid of being with people also. But there is just this, like, I don't need people. What the hell is that? Okay, so it was just something. So I don't necessarily see, like, that is not the point. Like, there could be, there could not be. But the point here is that you don't necessarily feel lonely in this chapter that you're in. You're just so perfectly content with yourself that you're just happy being yourself, enjoying life. So it could be that maybe the chapter after that one, then maybe you will be having some people coming into your life, but it might not be this, this chapter. But this is not going to be the only chapter. This is just going to be the next one. There will be another, and then another, and then another. So this is the next one. So probably not in this next chapter. But that's okay, because you'll be a queen. You don't need them. Besides, you need to be perfectly content with yourself and happy with yourself before you can have people in your life, because otherwise you'll be attracting people who resonate with that energy, the low vibrational energy, the ones who will be taking and taking and taking, because that is what you're used to when you are in that energy. But when you are high vibrational and you're confident and you know who you are, you're not afraid to eat alone, and you love yourself, that is the kind of high vibrational people that you will be attracting in your life then. So that's why it's important. You probably need that alone time to make sure that you can get to the high vibrational stage. Because if there would be people, they might be messing it up for you. So that is the reason here. Anyway, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye!